Hello, you guys. Greetings. Welcome back. This is part two, where I am talking about the secret cult of male worship. Okay. If you missed part one, you can go back and check that out. Um, Part one is really important. I haven't been on the YouTube in a while, so I don't know if I could put like the link to go to part one. I'll do my best to, but if I can't figure it out, I'm just not gonna put it there. Um, Hopefully I can put the link down below. If not, you can always go to my channel and get it. It'll be the video right before this one. But we're talking about the secret cult of male worship. And the reason why I'm calling it the secret cult of male worship is because a lot of us do not realize that males worship themselves on a scale much larger than we thought they did. So much so to where not all males, but a lot of them, so much so to the point to where they don't like females. And we see this all over the place in the world. Women are oppressed everywhere just because we don't have to wear hijabs and those coverings does not mean that we are not being oppressed over here because we are. We just more so participate in our oppression more. Well, I really can't say that, but to a certain degree, I feel like we assist in our oppression a lot more over here because a lot of us don't really realize it is oppression. Women are slaves of men, whether we want to acknowledge that or not. But another thing that we can talk about when it comes to male worship is pimping, the oldest profession, or one of the oldest professions. Okay, it's been going on since back in ancient times. Men have been pimping other men have been pimping women, men pimp children, men will pimp anything. So let's talk about a pimp real quick. What really is a pimp? You know, um, I'm not about to get, well, let's look up, let me tell you what I think a pimp is, and then we're going to look it up, okay? To me, a pimp is a male. Okay, you have female pimps, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about males. Okay, a pimp is a male who hates women, who does not like women, so much to the point to where they worship women, but they really don't like them. So they use them to create revenue. Okay, um, make women sell their bodies for money to give to them, or make women go out and get jobs to bring home to them. Men who benefit more from women going out to make money. Not the women benefiting from it, but the male is benefiting from it. You know what I'm saying? And pimping is on so many different levels. Like everything, you're either the hoe or the pimp in this lifetime. You know what I'm saying? And I think we've all have been both. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just meaning sexually. We get pimped by the economy. We get pimped by the government. We get pimped by our children sometimes. We get pimped commercials. You know what I'm saying? Being consumers, but in my opinion, uh, a true pimp hates women. Now you do have females that call themselves pimps. No, you're a madam. Okay, it's not called pimping. It's called being a madam, but it falls into the same category. Um, but nonetheless, a true pimp hates women. He does not like them. That's why he has them out there doing degrading things that humanize them and degrade them, so that he can lift himself up because he's a very insecure male. Let's look up what a pimp means on Google, right? Very interested to see what they say. You have pimps all over the world, not just black ones, white ones. You have them all over the world. Asians, Mexicans, Indians, all that, all over the world. So let's see what a pimp is. What is the definition of a pimp? Something went wrong. I bet. What is the definition of a pimp?
Here's the definition of pimp. A man who controls prostitutes and arranges clients for them, taking part of their earnings in return.
And it also says similar a procurer or a procuress. Okay. Let's see the verb. That was the noun version. Let's see the verb. Act as a pimp. He was a good-looking guy, and some said he pimped on the side. Mm-hmm. Informal. Make, it has a parenthesis, something more showy or impressive. He pimped the car with spoilers, twin stroke, twin spoke, 18-inch alloys. Yeah, okay. What does being a pimp mean? Let's see what it says. A criminal who is associated with, usually exerts control over, and lives off the earnings of one or more prostitutes. What does a pimp mean for a girl? Procurer, uh, colloquially, I may not be pronouncing that right, called a pimp if a male, or a madam if a female, or a brothel keeper, is an agent for prostitutes who collects part of their earnings. So a madam collects part of your earnings, a pimp collects all of your earnings. Who is considered a pimp? A pimp is a person, usually a male, who has control over one or more prostituted people and the money that they earn. Pimps often exert control, much in the same way that an abuser may extort control over an intimate partner through intimidation, fear, physical and sexual abuse, rape, torture, and other abusive methods. I guess we're not supposed to say the R word. Okay. Um, let's see. What is the most famous pimp of all time? I'm scared to look. Parma? Okay, that we're not even gonna go there. Okay. So, what's the difference between a pimp and a player? This is interesting. A player is just somebody who, like, oh, I'm gonna play on this girl, I'm gonna play on that girl, and a pimp is somebody who gets females or vice versa. A female who gets males, they get things from them. Okay, so we have heard what a pimp is and a madam. You know what I'm saying? But males pimp females because of hate. This all is in male worship. This all falls under the category. Because again, you're trying to demean or dehumanize this individual to exert power over them so that you can feel more powerful. And men do that on an everyday basis all the time. I think it's pathetic. It's weak. You know, to me, somebody who pimps is someone who's really a weak individual. I remember when I was younger, I used to call myself a pimp. Sad, sad. Knowledge of self and having knowledge is so important in this lifetime. Knowledge is the key to all power. Okay. If you have knowledge, you can gain anything. And males realize that. It's no coincidence that women are just now starting to wake up, you know. The women's liberation movement, it didn't do us any good. It really hurt us more than it hindered us more than it helped. It really did. But men do this every day. Women go out and work, and men seem to be collecting. Not all men, but a lot of them. Which to me, you're not a man. If I'm taking care of you, you're not a man. But if I'm giving you all my money, then you're pimping me. See the difference, ladies? Pimp to me still is an immature little boy in a man's body. And let me run something by you. The first woman men run game on is their mothers. And this is the bitter truth. I'll see you on my next.